Not the person I was 2 years ago. I don't think you are. And if you are, then yay for you. Sucks for you. I don't know. I don't know your life story. What is up, y'all? It is Colby, and I'm back with another video, even though I am 2 weeks late, and I am sorry for that. I got caught up with school and some stuff that was like kind of happening with my life at the moment, and it just went right over my head, and I was like, oh crap, I need to record a video. And then I was like, oh, I'll just put it off till next week, and it's next week, and it's Sunday. So now I'm 2 weeks late. So what y'all are gonna do is, because I've never really done it before, I mean, the last time I did it was whenever I first posted on the channel. That was like 2 years ago, and I've changed from 2 years. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to let y'all get to know me a little better, because I turned 17 in like a week, and okay, today's Sunday. A week and 4 days is best, if y'all know, because 2 years can change a person. Changed me a lot in 2 years. So, yeah, let's get into it. Numero uno. Ooh, I got a text. Wait, let me start that over. Numero uno. And if you don't know what that means number one in Spanish. Barely passed Spanish with a 70, but you know what? It's cool. It's Gucci. It seems like I'm really outgoing, I guess, but sometimes I can be reserved. When you first get to know me, I'm super reserved, I'm super awkward. Whenever people first meet me, they don't expect me to be as loud and as like cheery. And whenever I like ask people like, what was your first impression of me? It's either you're super quiet, like you were super quiet, I didn't think you didn't really want to talk to anyone, that you just hated the world. And then other people are like, you were freaking annoying, oh my goodness, like I didn't want to talk to you after that. And I'm just glad I talked to you, because I'm not the one, I am not good with first impressions. Like, if you've met me personally, you are friends with me, I am not good with personal impressions. Oh, I hate my life. I am not good with first impressions. That is something I'm not good at, something I will never be good at, which is really bad because I need that for a job. Alright, and I also kind of just looked up a bunch of random questions, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to answer a bunch of random questions. So one of the questions I found was, when was the last time you really laughed? Like, I laugh. I laugh a lot. I laugh often, but not like truly laugh. There are 2 moments over the summer that I like truly actually laughed. First one, not gonna say. Second time, I like truly laughed. A couple weeks ago, I had friends over, and one of my friends, like y'all will meet them eventually, I'm gonna make a video with him eventually. He has a pocket knife, and so he was flipping the pocket knife, and then he was talking to my dad, and my dad was like, you shouldn't be playing with that knife, and he goes, psh, got this. I'm like, dude, you gotta listen to my dad. This is what he does. He opens the knife, and it's not even that funny, and he just flips it. Like, that there's no harm done, right? Nope. The blade gets him, like, on his finger. Like, the sharp end hits his finger, and he goes, ow, ow. And I have this all on video. So every time I'm sad, I just look at it, and I laugh. And I'm like, I told you so. He looks straight at the camera and goes, don't post that on Snapchat. And guess what I did? I posted it on Snapchat. Oh, also, if you want my Snapchat, it's going to be in the down link, so I suggest adding me because my stories are the bomb. Getting to know you questions are, like, extremely hard because you never are like, you're like, okay, if someone wants to get to know me, like, what would I say? Like, I don't know. I don't know what people like. I don't know what people want to know. This is hard. This is really... So one of the questions I found was, how many siblings do I have? I have one, like, real sibling. She's, like, came from the same... We came from the same mom. And I have another sister who has, like, my dad's DNA, so she's, like, my half-sister. I technically have 2 sisters, but, like, I only consider one of them, like, my actual sister. What is my favorite thing to do? One of my favorite things to do... The floor just shook under me. One of my favorite things to do is I'm in a choir at my church, so I like to sing often, I like to write, I act sometimes, I like to sleep, I like eating food, I like being on my phone. 6 things. Okay. The next question is, what do I want to do when I'm older? So I'm into cinematography and that rhymes. Cinematography and videography and photography. Like, I like taking videos, I like making videos, I like taking photos. Oh my god, I can't talk today. So I want to either major or minor in that. Like, I want that to be part of my career. Like, I mainly want to do it maybe for like a church that I would be at, because y'all know I'm super duper involved in the church. I want to minor in leadership, like Christian leadership, so I can like be like a leader and stuff. Oh, that focus! Look at that! Oh, my hand looks really tan though. And then bring it back, and then bring it forward, and then bring it back, and then bring it forward, and then bring it back. Oh, my eyebrows look good. One of the other questions was, have you ever seen a Broadway musical? Yes, I have seen a Broadway musical. I saw Wicked on Broadway when I went up to New York for spring break, and oh, ooh, it was so good. Whenever they started singing Defying Gravity, I was sitting next to one of my theater friends, and so he starts going, Defying Gravity, and I'm just like, oh my god. It was really funny. I mean, the musical was like great. I'm just talking about the friend next to me who wouldn't stop singing Defying Gravity. In 5 years, what kind of person will I be? That's a little hard. Because I will be, I'm just gonna count, 16. I'll be 21, so I have no idea what kind of person I'll be. I hope I'm a good person. I hope I don't suck as a person. I hope that doesn't change, because I think of myself as like a pretty good person, pretty solid person. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. What was my most embarrassing moment? So, when I was a freshman, it was the first day, not the first day of school, but it was the first day like of like the second part of my classes. I was in biology, and so we were talking about genetics. So my teacher brought up the topic of donkeys and mules when they mate. And like, oh my god, I was a dumb child, and so I didn't know that it was called. I didn't know it was called a mule. Wait, when a donkey and a horse mate. Sorry, messed that up. We were talking about when a donkey and a horse mate. Well, I didn't know it was called a mule. Like, I knew what mules were. Like, I knew they were an animal. I just didn't know it was whenever. I just didn't know that it was called, I was mated by a donkey and a horse. So he's like, does anybody know what those are called? Like when a donkey and a horse mate. So then I raised my hand so confidently, and he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, well, my name's Kolby. So he's like, all right, Kolby, what do you think it is? So in the most confident voice, I raise my hand, I slam my hand on the desk, and I go, it's a honky! So the whole class is silent. Everyone's silent. And then everybody starts laughing, like, a honky? So the teacher starts dying. I'm just like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I say something wrong? And he goes, Kolby, that's not a honky. It's a mule. And I'm like, oh no. And he goes, you know what? I'm gonna call you Honky for the rest of the year. And that's exactly what he did. He called me Honky the rest of my freshman year. What is my best physical feature? I have two. One, whenever they're done, my eyebrows, and also my second is probably whenever it's straightened, my hair. Or like when it's not like as wavy and as like, oh, there goes my dad. Bye, Dad. Is when my hair isn't like extremely wavy, but it's not extremely straight. Like how it is now. Like right now, it's actually like pretty good. Like if I stand back here, it's like my hair is actually like pretty alright, and I really like it like this. Also, my style sometimes. Like, even though I wear all black, I know how to style black. What is the nicest thing somebody has ever said to me? There's one comment someone told me that I'm probably never going to forget. It's like, because my eyes are brown. No crap, you can tell my eyes are brown. And so one of my friends, we were talking about our eye colors, and I'm like, I wish I had your eye color. And then he was like, no, like, you don't want my eye color. And I'm like, why? He's like, yours is really pretty. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just brown. And he's like, well, not maybe like in like dark room. But like whenever you go out in the sun, it's like all these like little shades of brown. Your eyes look like really ombre, and it looks kind of like an eclipse. And I was like, whoa. And so that is probably the one comment that someone has told me that I'm never ever going to forget. What do you say when you talk in your sleep? Story time! When I was in 8th grade, I went on a mission trip with my choir, and we went and stayed in San Antonio. So it was my leader and my two friends. Melanie was one of these friends. If you don't know who Melanie is, go watch my Let's Be Basic video. That's who Melanie is. Them two, like her and my other friend were awake while the leader and I were asleep. So we were asleep, and I had this like beanbag pillow. So I was hugging it, and like I was hugging it like this. So then I just speak Chinese in my sleep. Keep in mind, I don't know Chinese. All I know is ni hao. That's it. I only know ni hao, but I didn't say ni hao. It was like from what they told me the next morning, it was like a hing, shing, ching, chong, and I'm like, what? So then I grab the pillow, and I sit it on my leader's head. I didn't know what I was doing, so then I rolled back over and I went to sleep. Or whatever sleep I was in. But then she's asleep too. She takes the pillow off her head and then chunks it at Melanie and the friend. So then the next morning we get reminded of it, and then I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about? And they're like, nope, that actually happened. And oh no, that was a terrible time. That was the only time I ever really talked in my sleep. That was it. And I haven't done it since. I have not spoken Chinese since. So I have no idea if I continue to speak Chinese in my sleep. But if you ever need Chinese lessons, hit me up while I'm sleeping. Well, y'all got to know me a little bit better. Learned something, congrats. If you didn't, that sucks for you. And so, yeah. I hope y'all learned a little bit about me after 2 years. And, yeah, I will see y'all beautiful people later. Catch y'all on the flip side. Bye, y'all.